we talked about how to use the present continuous in the positive sentence, in a positive sentence, how to use it in a negative sentence, how to make a yes/no question, like am I playing football? Are you playing football? This is a yes/no question. And we can also use a WH question. All right. So these are different examples of how to use the present continuous. So all of this was in our last lesson. Okay, so in today's lesson, we will continue, I think, talking about the present continuous. But in today's lesson, we're going to talk more about transport. So if you remember, last time we talked about, in the vocabulary number 1, we talked about different types of transport, right? So we have a car, we have a plane, a train, a taxi. In America and the USA, you can also say cab. So it's the same meaning. Cab, taxi, it's the same thing, okay? We also have a bus, a tram, a bike, a scooter, a boat, a motorbike. So all of these are different ways of different types of transport, okay? Now, number 2 here. Here, this is a matching exercise. We want to match each one with another verb. So in the right box here, let me show you. So in this box, all of these are verbs, okay? And we want to match these verbs with these phrases. So we want to match the phrases on the left. We want to match them with the verbs on the right. Okay, so we have verbs and we have phrases. So if you say go by bike, it's the same meaning as cycle. Okay, so go on foot. Aisha.
Walk.
Okay.
Walk.
Who said walk?
This is me, Samih.
Okay, Samiha, correct. Yes, walk is correct. So go on foot. This is walk. Walk. Okay, let's give our new student a chance. Go by plane, Aisha. What's the correct answer? Go by plane. What's the correct verb? Okay, Salma, you answer that. Okay, fly, correct. Aisha, can you hear me? Are you there? Aisha?
Yes.
Okay. What about go by car? What's the right verb here? Go by car. There's a word that we can use. Which word? So we can say go by car, or
drive.
Correct. That's right.
Maybe drive.
You're right. Correct. Correct. Yes. You can say go by car and you can say drive. That's correct. Okay. Very good. Very nice. Hannah, what about number 5? Go by boat. Hannah. Can you hear us, Hannah? Are you there? Okay, Hannah is not there. Rashid, what about go by boat? What's the correct word?
Sail.
Sail. Very nice. Correct. Sail is correct. And Selma, what about?
Use as a name, doctor.
Which one? Sail?
Sail, yes. Have another meaning as captain of
sailor.
Of the boat.
Sailor.
Sailor.
Sailor is not the captain. Sailor is anybody on a boat who not anybody. sailor هو عادة الطاقم البحارة نفسهم. لكن الكابتن يقولوا لا usually. Okay. So a sailor اللي هو أي بحار مش captain. So this is a sailor. Okay. So sailor is the person. Sail is the verb. Sail. Okay, Abdurrahman, your turn. What about go by train or go by bus? Can we do it in another way? What do you think, Abdurrahman?
Take the train, take the bus.
That's right. You can take the train and you can also take the bus. All right. So here, this is the idea. We have different ways of talking about transport. So you can say, I go to work by bike, or you can say, I cycle to work. It's the same meaning, okay? But it's a different way of talking about transport. Here, I think there's an exercise on page 140. Let's go to the exercise. Let me show you the exercise. Let's go there, 140. Okay, let's check. Let's check our answers. Okay, so you can see here. Let me zoom in a little bit. This is too much. Okay, so go by bike is the same meaning as cycle. Go on foot, it's the same meaning as walk. Go by plane, fly. Go by car, drive. Go by boat, sail. Go by train or go by tube. Go by bus, it means take the train, take the tube, take the bus. In the UK, by the way, in British English, the tube, it means the metro, okay? But in the UK, they don't say metro, they say the tube, the underground, okay?
Yes, underground.
Yeah, this is the meaning of tube. So tube means metro, okay? So here, this is a very important tip here. Abdurrahman, can you read the first tip, please?
Where?
Here, the first.
Okay.
Mhm.
We say go by bike, train, but go on, not go by foot.
Correct. So all of them we say by, right? Go by car, go by bike, go by boat, go by plane.
Yes.
But for foot, we don't say go by
Go
foot.
on foot.
Go on foot, right? يعني هذه تعتبر
Yes.
استثناء للقاعدة. So we have to say go on foot. Don't say go by foot, okay? Go on foot. Go on foot.
Yes.
Okay.
We
So
can say the tube or the underground in the British English, the London underground. The American English word is subway, the New York subway.
yes. Okay. So in London, usually they say the underground. Okay. The London underground. And in America, they say the New York subway. Both of them, they're talking about the metro. It's the same thing, right? But
Yes.
we use different words. You can say tube, underground, metro, subway. All of them are words used in English to talk about the same thing. But each country, they use a different word, okay? But you can use any word you want. But if you go to the UK, the British people usually say underground or tube. In London, the tube, they say the tube. Okay, so these are some verbs and some phrases about traveling and transport, okay? So all of them, we say by bike, by plane, by car, by boat, except on foot, on foot. Okay, so let's go back. Let's do some exercises. Let's check. Okay. So we finished number 2. We talked about number 2. Now here it says, talk about how you travel. Okay. So I want you to talk about how you go to work. How do you go to work or school or university? I want you to use one of these phrases. So you can say, I usually go to work by bus. You can also say, I always drive to work. I sometimes drive to work. Or you can say, I go to work by car. You get the idea? So here I want you to talk about how you go to work. This is the idea. So Rashid, are you there?
Yes.
All right, Rashid, I want you to tell me, how do you go to university? How do you usually go to university?
Not university, school.
To school. How do you usually go to school?
I usually go to school by car.
By car. Okay, nice. And what about you, Salma? How do you usually go to school?
I usually go to school by bus.
By bus. Nice. Samiha, how do you usually go to work, Samiha? Okay, Samiha is not there. Kilani, tell us, Abdurrahman, how do you usually go to work or to university?
I usually go to the university by car, but sometimes I go on foot.
You sometimes go on foot.
Yes.
Is the university near your house or is it far away?
Yes, it's far away, but I like to
walk.
Yes.
How
To walk, yeah.
how long do you take to get there on foot? How long does it take on foot?
2 kilo.
2
maybe
kilometers.
3 kilo.
Yes. So that means 40 minutes maybe walking.
Yes.
Yeah. 45,
Yes.
40 minutes maybe walking.
40 or 30, maybe 30.
Maybe
30.
If you walk quickly, if you walk fast.
Yes.
That's very
quickly,
nice.
Yes, I walk quick. Yes.
Okay, very nice. And what about you, Aisha? How do you go to work? How do you usually go to work?
I usually go to work by car.
By car, okay. And what about for example, to the city center? For example, Aisha, if you want to go to the city center, how do you usually go to the city center? How do you go there?
By car.
By car, also by car. Okay, very nice.
Oh.
Okay. In Libya, can you go by boat? Can you sail?
No.
I think no, right? You can't go somewhere nearby. Maybe you can go from Tripoli to, I don't know, maybe to Benghazi or maybe to Misrata or somewhere like that by boat, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What about holidays? Rashid, when you're on holiday, how do you move around? How do you get around on holiday, Rashid?
Holiday in Libya.
In Libya, for example, yeah.
Usually by car.
Usually by car. But for example, holidays abroad, not in Libya, how do you?
On foot.
On foot? You mean after you arrive, you go on foot, right?
Yes.
Okay. When was your last holiday abroad, Rashid? A holiday not in Libya, abroad. When was this?
In Turkey.
In Turkey? Okay, good. And when you went around the city, did you go on foot?
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, and what about you? Where's Samiha? Samiha, are you there? Samiha's not there. Hannah, can you hear me? Are you there, Hannah? No, Hannah is not there. Okay, Aisha, what about you? When you're on holiday, how do you usually go around the city? How do you move when you're on holiday?
I don't understand the question.
Okay, the question here, it asks about how do you move or what transport, how do you travel when you're on holiday or when you go to work or when you go to a party or when you go to the city center. So here you have different scenarios or different situations here in part B. Can you see part B, Aisha? Here, can you see it? Can you see part B in the book? To work, to school, university, to parties. Can you see this? Hello? I think I can't. معنا تسمعي فينا? Hello? I think you can't hear me. أعتقد ممكن يفصل عليك الصوت. Hello? Okay, Abdurrahman, give us an example of when you travel to another city. How do you, because you mentioned last time you talked about Khums, right? Your holiday in Khums.
Yes.
Okay, how do you move around? How do you usually go?
By car.
By
I
car.
usually go by car. Yes.
Okay. I think in Libya most people go by car, right?
Yes, by car.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. Aisha, معنا, can you hear me?
Or by plane. If you
you
go
mean when you go
from
to
Sabha to Tripoli,
correct. If you're going between cities, if we're going between cities,
yes.
yeah, we can also fly. So you can say
Yes.
I sometimes fly to Tripoli. If you live
Yes.
in Benghazi, or if you live in another city, you can say I sometimes fly to Tripoli, or I sometimes go by plane. So
Yes.
so very quickly, let me summarize this exercise. So the idea, you can always talk about transport in two ways. So you can say I go to work by car, or you can say I drive to work. Both of them are correct. And of course, you can add adverbs of frequency. So you can say I sometimes go to work by car. I always go to work by car. يعني تقدر تضيف لهم adverbs of frequency. I never drive to work, for example, right? And the same thing for holidays. If you want to talk about holidays, you can say I usually go to holidays by plane. Or you can say I usually
go
fly
fly
when I'm on holiday, right? So here the idea is you can use different ways to talk about the same thing. وضحت الفكرة يا عايشة؟ قصة الترانسبورت يعني أعطيك في نمبر 2 طريقتين للإجابة. يعني يمكن تتكلمي تقدري تقولي بالنسبة للwork سواء اخترتي go to work by car تمام، ولو اخترتي drive to work تمام. هذه الفكرة يعني، مجرد أن خيار في طريقة التكلم عن المواصلات. Do you get the idea؟ وصلت الفكرة يا عايشة؟ معنا, can you hear me? Okay, so let's go now to number 3. In exercise 3, we have some listening and grammar. Okay, so we have some listening and grammar. So here, let's talk about the newspaper headline. Okay, who knows what this means? Newspaper headline. What does this mean? A newspaper.
Subject of
okay. The subject of
newspaper.
Correct. It means the main news, right?
Yes.
So here, can you see the headline?
Yes.
Okay. Selma, are you there, Selma?
Yeah.
Can you read the headline, please? What does the headline say, Selma?
Transport
strike
today.
Mm-hmm.
No buses, train or tubes for 24 hours.
What does this mean?
Like I know it in Arabic.
Okay, what is it in say it in English first. Try to explain it. And then you can do it in English. In Arabic, I mean. What do you think?
Strike mean people not like not like bus train. Don't mention to bus and train go.
You mean, okay, in Arabic, what is it in Arabic?
ضراب يعني.
Correct. إضراب, yes. So a strike, it means when people who work as bus drivers or train drivers, they agree to stop working next day. You get the idea?
Yes.
Okay, so it means everybody agrees that tomorrow they will not work, right?
Yes.
Why do people do this? Why do they do this, Rashid? What do you think? Why do sometimes bus drivers or train drivers, why do they go on strike, in your opinion, Rashid?
Maybe the company they work in didn't give him the money.
Correct? Maybe they didn't pay them. Late, the payment is late. Correct? Maybe. Okay, what other reasons do we have? What do you think? Hannah, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Okay.
Or
The meaning of we
maybe
were
transport always crowded.
okay. Maybe the transport is always crowded. Correct? Yeah.
Coronavirus.
Maybe coronavirus. Very good. Maybe the drivers are afraid, right? Maybe they're worried because of the coronavirus. ممكن هم يعني عندهم نوع من القلق. So they don't want to work. So they go on strike, right?
Maybe
Yeah.
the rent very expensive.
Maybe the rent is very expensive. Yes. I don't know if you mean the rent of their houses, maybe. Maybe you mean they don't pay them enough money, right?
Yes.
Samiha, we are talking about the meaning of strike, and we agreed that strike means when people who work in the same job, they agree to stop working for a day or two or a week or something, right?
Okay.
In Arabic, what is this? Samiha? When workers, they agree to stop working.
اعتصام.
اعتصام أو إضراب, صح? Correct.
إضراب.
Yeah. So here we're discussing this newspaper headline, and we want to know why do you think that there's a transport strike? What are the reasons, in your opinion, Samiha, for a transport strike?
Transport.
Yeah. Why do you think the bus drivers and the train drivers and the subway or underground drivers, why are they on strike? Why do they want to go on strike, in your opinion? What's the reason? What do you think, Samiha?
I think maybe they strict cause of in transport.
Because
You
of
mean
that? Yeah, I'm
transport,
talking.
I think it's a big place.
It's
Oh.
what?
It's big place and people are different. You mean the captain or you mean the sailor in the
No, here we're only talking about buses, trains, and tubes only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because maybe of overcrowded people.
Okay. Maybe they're overcrowded, yeah.
Or maybe they get small
Or maybe the
income is very bad.
Yeah, the income. maybe the income is not good, right? The salary, they don't get enough
Yes.
money, and they want more, right?
Or
Yes.
maybe the weather.
Whether, I don't think so, because I think usually yeah, they go on strike because of a problem with the country or a problem with money usually most of the time, right?
Okay.
Yeah, but for عادة الاعتصام ما يصيرش بسبب الطقس يعني
Yes,
الغالب
yes, yes.
ظروف لظروف الشركة نفسها. Okay, anyways, it says here, look at the newspaper headline. Then we're going to listen to a news report. Okay, so we're going to listen to a news report about the strike. Fill in the gaps. Okay, so we have some listening. It says here, listen and fill in the table. Let's read the table, okay? So here we're going to listen to a news report, and there's an interview. There is two men, first man, second man, and there's a woman. So they're going to talk about how they usually go to work, how they usually get to work, but how they are getting to work today, because the strike is today. Do you get the idea?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So they're going to talk about the difference between how they usually get to work when everything is normal, no strike, everything is okay, how they usually get to work, and how they're getting to work today, because today there's a strike for 24 hours. No trains, no tube, no bus in London. Okay? All right, now let's listen. Let me take you to the listening, and let's listen to the story. .8.
Face2face Elementary, CD3. Recording 9.1. Recording 9.7.
Are you still working?
Doing their home?
Traffic isn't moving.
At 6:15.
Yes, I am. Do you cycle to work every day? Excuse me, sir. Are you walking? Traffic isn't moving at all. Excuse me, sir. What do you...
At 6:15. That's 3 hours ago.
Recording 9.7.
Okay, the one after this.
Are you still working? Are you having a nice time?
What are you doing? Are the kids doing their homework? What are they doing?
Recording 9.8.
Okay, now this is the listening we want, okay? So let's listen.
Meeting later this afternoon, and now for more on today's transport strike, let's go to our reporter Amy Peters.
Hi, Michael. I'm in the centre of the city and the traffic isn't moving at all. Excuse me, sir. What do you think of the strike?
Well, I'm not very happy about it. I usually go to work by train, but I'm driving today, and it's taking a very long time.
Right. When did you leave home?
About 6:15. That's 3 hours ago.
Wow. How long is your journey usually?
It's about 40 minutes, that's all.
Well, good luck. And here's someone on a bike. Hello, madam. Are you going to work?
Yes, I am.
Do you cycle to work every day?
Yes, I do. It's cheaper than the tube.
And how long is your journey usually?
It's about half an hour, but it's taking longer today, of course, because of all the traffic.
Thanks. Excuse me, sir. Are you walking to work today?
Yes, I am. It's quicker than driving, I think. But I'm getting very tired.
And how do you normally get to work?
I take the tube, or sometimes the bus.
Do you have a message for the people on strike?
Yes, I do. Go back to work.
Well, as you can hear, Michael, many people on their way to work aren't enjoying their journey.
Thanks, Amy. That was Amy Peters reporting on today's transport strike.
Okay. So there's a lot of problems today because of the transport strike, right?
Yes.
Okay, now let's talk a little bit about the first man. How does he usually get to work? First man, can you remember?
Yes.
By train.
Okay.
By train. Okay. And today, how is he traveling today?
By car.
He driving.
He's driving, yeah, by car. So you can say by car, or you can say he's driving today, correct? All right. Okay. What about the woman? How does she usually get to work?
Circle.
She
Bike,
cycles.
by bike.
Yeah. So you can say by
Yes.
bike, or you can say she cycles to work, right? And what about today? Is it the
By
same?
bike.
It's the same,
It's
right?
the same.
Yes, the same.
So by bike, or you can say she's cycling today. She's cycling. Okay. Can you remember? The second man?
Yes,
did-
by
Driving
tube.
bus.
Foot.
By tube. Take tube, take a bus.
Correct. Usually he goes by bus or by tube, right? This is his usual routine.
Yes.
But today, what's happening today?
He goes on foot.
Yes, correct. So normally he goes by bus or
By
by
bus.
tube. This is his normal routine. But today he's walking,
Drive, maybe.
driving maybe.
I think it's driving.
Okay, let me repeat the listening. So let's listen again. Let's check.
Excuse me, sir. Are you walking to work today?
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
Do you cycle? Traffic isn't moving
About
at
a 6:15.
Traffic isn't moving at all.
Recording 9.7.
Okay, this is the one before.
Are you still?
What are you doing? Are the kids doing their homework? What are they doing?
Recording 9.8.
Okay, this is it. Now let's listen again. First man, then the woman, and the second man. Okay, let's check. But before we listen again, sorry. Let's check the questions here first. We have question number 1 to 5. Okay. So it says here, when did the first man leave home? Can you remember before we listen? The first
6
man.
a.m.
6 a.m. Okay.
Yes.
Let's write 6 a.m. So number 1, 6 a.m. What about, can you remember the second question? How long is his journey on a normal day?
40
About
minutes.
40 minutes.
Maybe 40 minutes. This is the normal time, right? Okay. Number 3, why does the woman usually cycle to work? What's the reason?
Because cheaper.
Because it's cheaper, maybe. Let's write your answer.
Cheaper
It's
than
cheaper than the tube, right?
Yeah.
Than the tube. Okay. What about number 4? It says, how long is her journey on a normal day? How long is it on a normal day?
Half hour.
Half an hour? So
Yes.
this is on a normal day, it's half an hour. Let's write your answer.
Yes, I don't know.
Okay, it's half an hour. And what about number 5? Why is the second man walking to work? What's the reason?
Because
driver,
quicker than
driver
driving.
bus.
Because
Quicker than driving.
it's quicker than driving, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's quicker than driving. Okay, now let's check these answers. Let's see if they're correct or not. Let's find out. Let's find out.
Meeting later this afternoon, and now for more on today's transport strike, let's go to our reporter Amy Peters.
Hi, Michael. I'm in the centre of the city and the traffic isn't moving at all. Excuse me, sir. What do you think of the strike?
Well, I'm not very happy about it. I usually go to work by train, but I'm driving today, and it's taking a very long time.
Right. When did you leave home?
About 6:15. That's 3 hours ago.
What?
What time did he leave?
Quarter past 6.
6:15, right? So this
Yes.
means 6:15, right?
15,
Quarter.
yes.
Yeah, 6:15. 6:15. Okay.
Oh,
Sure.
how long is your...
Sorry.
I have problem from the last lesson. I hear you, but I can't hear the conversation. I don't know.
You can't hear the
What's the
CD?
No, but I can hear you.
That's strange. Are you using an
Repeat it now? Also, don't hear. Don't listen.
Are you using an iPhone? You're using an iPhone, right?
Yes.
I think maybe you have to check the settings. Maybe see if the settings is there's something, because I think you're the only one who doesn't hear it. Everyone else, can you hear the listening?
But I hear it before, just on last lesson and this lesson.
I don't. Okay, let me try something. Okay. Okay, what about now? Can you hear it now?
It's about 40 minutes, that's all.
Well, good luck. And here's someone on a bike. Hello, madam. Are you going to work?
Yes, I am.
Do you cycle to work every day?
Can you hear it now?
Yes.
You can hear it now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. That's a bit strange. All right. Oops. Okay, we lost our answers. No problem. Let's listen again.
Traffic isn't moving at all. Excuse me, sir. What do you think of the strike?
Well, I'm not very happy about it. I usually go to work by train, but I'm driving today, and it's taking a very long time.
Right. When did you leave home?
About 6:15. That's 3 hours ago.
Wow. How long is your journey usually?
It's about 40 minutes, that's all.
Well, good luck. And here's someone on a bike. Hello, madam. Are you going to work?
Yes, I am.
Do you cycle to work every day?
Yes, I do. It's cheaper than the tube.
And how long is your journey usually?
It's about half an hour, but it's taking longer today, of course, because of all the traffic.
Thanks. Excuse me, sir. Are you walking to work today?
Yes, I am. It's quicker than driving, I think. But I'm getting very tired.
And how do you normally get to work?
I take the tube, or sometimes the bus.
Do you have a message for the people on strike?
Yes, I do. Go back to work.
Well, as you can hear, Michael, many people on their way to work aren't enjoying their journey.
Thanks, Amy. That was Amy Peters reporting on today's transport strike.
Okay. Samiha, were you able to listen? Did you listen to the track, to the CD? بان لك الصوت ولا ما سمعتيش؟ سميحة؟
I will try to sign again.
Okay. Okay, let's check our answers again. So I think our answers are correct, right? So when did the first man leave? We said 6:15. How long does his journey take on a normal day, the first man?
40 minutes.
40 minutes. And today, how long is it taking him?
3 hours.
Yeah, more than 3 hours, right? He's still stuck in traffic. Correct. And what about number 3? Why does the woman usually cycle to work? What's the correct answer?
Is it cheaper than tube?
It's cheaper than the tube, correct. And how long is her usual journey?
Half an hour.
Half an hour, that's correct, half an hour. And today, is it the same or is it longer today?
Same.
What do you think? The same?
Maybe
or
short.
Shorter, longer, the same?
The same.
Actually, it's longer today. Do you know why?
Because it's crowded, maybe.
Yeah, because of the traffic, right? Because if you cycle, you have to use the road with cars and and other people who cycle, right?
Yes.
So it's going to take you longer. All right. And the last question: why is the second man walking to work today?
It's faster than using car.
Yes. Because of the traffic, it's faster.
Okay.
It's faster to walk, right? It's faster going on foot. Okay, so this is an example of what happens in a big city when you have a transport strike. Here in the second part, it says we have number 4. We have a little bit of linking. Okay, we will listen to this again. It says find the consonant vowel linking. Okay, remember we talked about, I think before we talked about that in English, sometimes the last letter of a word, like for example here, can you see think and of? Can you see the little link here? Can you see it in number 1?
Yeah.
What do you think of the strike? Why did we link K and O? What's the reason? Who knows? Why did we link them?
Because K consonant and O vowel.
Correct. In English, sometimes when the last letter is a consonant and the first letter of the next word is a vowel, we link the sounds, okay? So there's a bit of linking here. And I want you to find all the other examples. Let's find them together. So here we have the K and the O. In the next example, we have the S and the A. It's about 40 minutes. That's all. And where's the next link? What about number 3? Is there linking here?
Where? 2.
2, yes, but all of them have linking, but I want you to find them.
Okay.
Which one?
Taking.
Taking. Correct. So we're taking there's linking, okay.
Traffic isn't.
Traffic isn't. Okay. So consonant vowel.
On a bike.
Moving at.
On a bike.
Moving at.
Actually, I think we have 2 links. Someone on a.
On.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
moving
both.
At.
Correct. Isn't moving at all.
At all.
Moving at all. And also the T and the A. Right?
Yes.
Intro.
Where is it? And also here.
Number 5.
I'm in, right? There's a consonant M And the vowel?
And
it's correct. Yeah.
And Kintrof.
Where is it?
Number 5.
Of the. Yeah. Yeah. Center of. The R. Center of. Correct. Okay, now I want you to listen to these examples and I want you to notice how they link them. This is a common thing in English. Let's listen. Okay, tell me if you can hear this, Samiha, if it's clear or not, the CD now. I'm going to play it.
Recording 9.9. 1.
What do you think of the strike?
2.
It's about 40 minutes, that's all.
3.
And it's taking a very long time.
4.
Here's someone on a bike.
5.
I'm in the center of the city.
6.
The traffic isn't moving at all.
Okay, so this means all of these are correct. Yes. So this is something normal that happens in everyday language when consonants are linked with the vowels. Samiha, did you hear the CD? Were you able to listen? سمعتها أو ما طلعلكش الصوت؟
Yes, I hear it.
Okay, good, excellent. Okay, we can skip number 5. Then listen. Okay, so here we have a rule here. Okay, it says here, look at this sentence, then complete the rules with the present simple or present continuous. So here we have to decide to use present simple or present continuous. Okay, so it says here, look at this example. I usually go by train, but I'm driving today. Okay, so if you want to use the present simple, we say PS. If you want to use the present continuous, we want to say PC, okay? So present simple PS and present continuous PC. Oh, let's use a circle. It's easier this way. Okay. So Aisha, are you there? Can you hear us? Can you hear me? What about the first point here, Aisha? What do you think? Do we use, can you read it, please? The first point. معنا, Aisha?
The first one.
Yeah, the first point, please. Yes.
Yeah, the first one. We use the space to أيوة معكم.
Okay. To talk. اوكي، اعتقد الاتصال ممكن ضعيف شويه لان الصوت يوصل متاخر. التغطيه ممكن ضعيفه شويه، الصوت يوصل متاخر صوتك.
تواجدت رجعت الصوره لكن الصوت مش كويس.
اوكي، احنا نسمع فيك بوضوح.
لكن انا فهمت انك تبين نقرا حضرتك تبين نقرا الجمله الاولى.
اي الجمله الاولى، وايضا اعطينا رايك، هل تعتقدي في الحال هذا افضل نستعمله
بالضبط حتى انتم نفس الشيء
البريزنت سمبل او هل نستعمله البريزنت كونتينيوس؟
ذا تو نسمع فيك we use present continuous. Yes. We use to talk about things that happen every day.
I think that we use present continuous in this space. We use the present continuous.
Okay, what about number 2 here? What do you think? Can you read number 2,
about
please?
About things that happen every day.
Okay, what about number 2? Can you read number 2? Okay, can you read number 2? We use the Aisha, معنا؟ Okay, I think you don't have a very good connection today. Okay, let's see someone else. Selma, can you do the first one, please, Selma?
Okay. We use the past simple to talk about things that happened every day.
Past simple or present simple?
Present simple.
Okay, yes, correct. And number 2?
Number 2, we use the present continuous about things happened now.
That's correct. I think that's right. Right. Okay, now what about Hannah here? Can you see the last 2 examples, Hannah? Can you read the last 2 tips, please?
We used R and S in present simple question.
Are you sure? Can you give me a present simple question?
Yes.
Give me an example of a present simple question.
Are you are you play tennis?
Is that correct? Can we say, are you play tennis? Or when we want to use play, what do we use? Do we use are, or do we say, which is better?
Are you? We use do and does and auxiliary.
Okay, that's
simple.
Okay.
Simple.
Your example would play tennis. Can you change are? Use another auxiliary. Don't use are.
Do you play tennis?
Yes. Now this is good. Do you play tennis? Do you play tennis? What's the answer?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. Or no,
I don't.
I don't. Very good. This is present simple, right?
Right.
And for example, can you give me a present continuous question using are? ونخلي نستعمل نفس المثال بتاع التنس.
Are you playing tennis?
Excellent. Very good. Are you playing tennis? And what's the answer?
Yes, I am.
Very good. Yes, I am. Or?
No, I'm not.
That's it. No, I'm not. Very good. Nice. Okay, that's good. All right, so this means, Hannah, so we use am and are and is in which questions do we use am and are and is? حسب الأمثلة تقولنا.
Present simple.
Are you sure?
Present continuous?
Yes. أنت شكلك متلخبطة أما هم السمبل أما هو continuous. اللي
Me too.
اللي فيهم ing اي حاجه
continuous.
هذا continuous. زي درس امس بتاع فرانك. Frank is waiting for the taxi. Frank is running. They're having a meeting, right? هذا كله يعتبر present continuous. لكن present simple اللي هي تحكي على الأشياء الروتينية.
يعني present
اليومية.
simple نستعمل auxiliary.
do and does.
اوكي والآخر ما نستعمل الام والار.
صح عرفت الفكرة.
اوكي.
يعني حتى كتسمية، بس التسمية اللي هو اللي فيهم الدو والداز هادو simple present simple اللي فيهم do والداز. واللي الثانيات اللي فيهم ال ing are you playing, are you watching, is he driving, are we listening, are they swimming، هذا كله يعتبر continuous مستمر. Okay.
We use are and is in present continuous.
That's it. Yes. We use it in present continuous لأن هادو بيجي معاهم ال ing.
We use do and does in present simple.
That's correct. Okay. You get the idea, Rashid?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. فهي مجرد يعني مرات حتى التسمية الكونتينيوس اللي هم اللي فيهم ال ing واللي فيهم verb to be. This is continuous. Okay. Okay. Now in part B it says number 6B. Let's check part B. هذا يعتبر مهم. Okay. Do we usually use the present simple or the present continuous with these verbs? With these words. Okay. لو تتذكروا لما أول ما تكلمنا قبل عن past simple اتفقنا إن في مجموعة كلمات نستعمل فيها عادة مع past simple, right? We have words like can you give an example of some words we use with the past خلينا في الماضي.
Last week, last month.
Last صح؟ شنو ثاني؟
Years ago.
Ago صح؟ Before صح؟
For.
Okay.
When.
When عدد
years ago.
Okay. اللي هم عندنا نقدر حتى اللي هو yesterday morning, yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening.
تاريخ قديم. before.
تاريخ قديمة correct. الفكرة اللي بنوصلها إن لكل زمن عنده مجموعة كلمات تمشي معاه.
The person who died.
Sorry, yes, Kilani, again.
The person who died.
Okay, a person who dies. What do we say for a person who dies? احنا اللي بنوصلها اللي هم الكلمات اللي عادة تمشي مع الزمن اللي هي من ضمنهم انتوا قلتوها صح؟ قلتوا من ضمنها last, yesterday. ممتاز. اي حاجة فيها last, اي حاجة فيها ago. هذو يعني كلمات نمطهم كلهم بيمشوا مع past simple صح؟ وايضا لو تتذكروا تكلمنا حتى في present continuous في كلمات معينة مش continuous كلمات تمشي مع present simple. تفكروا لما دوينا على adverbs of frequency. Do you remember?
Usually.
صح؟ Usually منها شو ثاني؟ Every. Yeah.
Fact.
Again. هنا. I didn't hear you.
Fact.
What's the spelling?
حقائق.
Fact.
For facts. أنت تدوي على استعمالات ال present simple. ده يعني ندوي على الكلمات time phrases اللي تمشي معاها.
Okay.
يعني في here in this box we want to choose يعني اللي علينا احنا حنختار
no
which الكلمات هذه تمشي مع present simple اللي هو الروتيني هذا او ال present continuous هو يتكلم عن الحالي. Okay, do you get the idea? Twice, once, 3 times. هذا مع شنو نستعمل فيه twice, once. كده.
Simple.
present simple.
Okay, correct. Okay, خلينا نركزوا شوية على البوكس هذا, this box. So I'm going to read all of the words, and then I want you to tell me, do we use the present simple or do we use the present continuous for these words? Okay, so let's check. We have usually, now,
Present.
today, sometimes, always, often,
Often.
normally, at the moment, never, hardly ever, every day. Okay, so what about now? Where do we
Present
use
continuous.
Continuous.
correct? Yeah. So if your friend asks you, what are you doing now? You can say, I'm watching TV. I'm playing a video game. I'm anything. Okay, I'm listening to music. Good. Today,
Present continuous.
Present simple. Simple.
Continuous.
Today.
continuous, I think,
Yes,
right?
continuous. Yes, today.
Yeah. So you can say, I'm playing football today. What about sometimes? Always.
Present simple.
Often. Correct. Always.
Past simple.
Present simple.
Correct.
Yeah.
Often.
Present simple.
Past simple.
Present simple.
Correct. Normally.
Present simple.
Correct. What about at the moment?
Present continuous.
Continuous.
Yes, because you're talking about
Let's go.
something. You're talking about something now, right? What about never?
Past simple.
مش past, yeah, Hannah. Present.
Present simple. Yes.
Yeah.
Present
Hardly ever.
simple. Yes. Simple. Yeah.
Correct. Every day.
Simple.
Every day.
Present simple.
Present simple.
Present simple.
Correct. Okay. أنا أعطيكم فكرة عامة مش حتى تسهل عليكم حتى قدام. بصفة عامة أي حاجة فيها نوع من التكرار، أي حاجة فيها تكرار أو فيها روتين أو فيها جدول أو فيها شيء نمطي، هذا على طول present simple. Okay. اللي هي مثلا I always drink coffee. I sometimes wake up at 9 o'clock. Or for example, I normally watch football with my friends at the weekend. I usually like to have a nap at 3 o'clock. أي شيء روتين نمطي present simple على طول. أي شيء مربوط باللحظة now مع لحظة التكلم هذا طول يمشي continuous. Okay. So for example, you can say I'm studying English right now. I'm listening to the teacher at the moment, right? Or I'm studying. I'm practicing grammar today, right? All of this is حاجة مربوطة باللحظة بnoun. هذا بصفة عامة استعمال continuous. Okay. Usually we use it to talk about something that is happening now at the moment of speaking. في نفس الوقت. Okay. Let's check. خلينا check سريع. Let's go to page 141, 143. What's this? It's 75, 73. Okay, let's check. Can you see the right side of the page?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. خلينا نوريكم اللي تركيزنا على شنو اللي كنا ندير فيه here in this box. And we also have nice examples. Okay, let's see who's here. Aisha, can you hear us? Are you there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, good. That's good. Can you read the examples, please? What is it? Can you read the first point, please?
Which one?
Aisha.
Example.
Yeah. Here we usually use. Can you read this? Can you see it? We usually use
الصورة
الصورة طالعت لك أو مش طالعة؟
لا الكتاب مش باين الصورة تنحت.
أوكي ممكن لو عندك حد في الحوش يستعمل معك الإنترنت أو ينزل أو أي شيء مرات مأثر على الكونكشن عندك.
لا الصورة مش طالعة.
إيه نعم.
saying again. حتى هنا يا دكتور.
أوكي.
بس طلعت ورديت رجعت.
أوكي لكن أنتوا تقدروا تشوفوا الصورة الباقيين صح؟
Yes.
أوكي. اللي ما يشوف الصورة تو حاليا معناها ممكن الإنترنت عنده ضعيف شوية. الصورة طلعت أو ما زال عايشة أو سميحة؟
no أوكي دكتور.
أوكي طلعت عندك سميحة.
Yes.
Okay, Aisha, can you see the book? Aisha disconnected. Okay, no problem. Okay, the first rule, Abdulrahman, can you read the first rule, please? The one about present simple.
Okay, we use the present simple with these words. Usually, sometimes, always, often, normally, hardly ever, never, every day, every week, every month. I normally go to the work by train. I visit my grandparents every month.
Okay, that's nice, yes. Hannah, can you read the second box, the one about present continuous?
We usually use the present continuous with this word now, today, at the moment. He is watching TV now. I'm driving to work today. What are you doing at the moment?
Okay, at the moment, yes. فمهم أن نعرف الفرق بيناتهم لأن الاثنين يتكلموا على حاجتين مختلفات نوعيا صح؟ يعني لو منديروها بالليبي مثلا البريزنت سمبل هي الحاجات شنو تدير في العادة؟ أنت تنوض في العادة، شنو تحب تاكل في العادة؟ أنت تمشي لخدمتك في العادة، تخيل كأن ديما في كلمة في العادة في السؤال، عرفت كيف؟ يعني شخص يسأل فيك على طبعك العام، شنو جوك؟ أنت تحب تفيق، أنت تحب تطلع، شنو تدير لما ترجع، right? It's a routine. This is present simple. But present continuous لو منديروه بالليبي شنو تدير توا؟ شنو تتفرج توا؟ أنا قاعد نسوق، أو مثلا كلمة قاعد هذه نستعمل فيها إحنا في الليبيين. أنا قاعد نسوق، شو تدير توا؟ What are you doing at the moment? قاعد يتفرج على التلفزيون. He's watching TV now. مثلا نسك شنو يدير محمد؟ قاعد يتفرج على التلفزيون. شنو يدير أحمد؟ قاعد يكتب في واجبه. قاعد يكتب في واجبه اللي هي he's doing his homework. Right? You get the idea?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So here you always have to know the difference between present simple for repeated things. أي شيء فيه تكرار present simple. Anything talking about now, at the moment, something happening now, this is present continuous, okay? This is the idea. Okay, so let's go back. So here we have, I think we have some exercises. Let's check the exercises together. Okay, so we talked about the rules. We talked about some of the words which are used for present simple, some of the words which are used for present continuous. Now, let's do some exercises. So, نطبقوا الكلام هذا الكل اتفقنا عليه, and we want to answer this. We want to answer these. We want to complete these two stories or information. And here, I want you to choose. You have to choose present simple or present continuous. Okay? فهنا قبل ما تجاوبوا لازم انت بتفكر هل يتكلم على شيء روتيني؟ هل يتكلم على شيء fact حقيقة أو شيء يعني روتيني تكراري حقيقي يمس الشخص؟ في الحالة هذه of course we want to use present simple. لكن لو بيتكلموا على شيء مختلف أو شيء صاير اليوم هنستعمل present continuous. نسيت موضوع مهم. لو تتذكروا في الاكسرسايز اللي فات نمبر 3 لما تكلموا في المقابلة، ما اعرفش لو ركزتوا في الموضوع. when the reporter asked them, how do you usually get to work? All of them use the present simple, right? I usually get to work by car. I usually cycle to work. I sometimes take the tube. I sometimes take. صح ولا؟ في السؤال الروتيني كلهم جاوبوا بالpresent simple. لكن بعدين لما سألتهم شو نديروا اليوم، غيروا على present continuous. عارف لو ركزتوا فيه. The first man says اللي هو الأول قال I'm driving. صح ولا؟ ما قالش I drive، قال I'm driving، لأن في شيء استثنائي مختلف. اليوم مش زي الأيام الثانية. Right? So you can also use this حتى في الأمثلة البسيطة. مثلا you can say I usually, if you want to talk about yourself, you can say I usually drink coffee. من يكملها لي؟
I drink coffee.
But I'm drinking.
But I drinking tea now.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. I usually drink coffee, but today I'm drinking tea, right?
Yes.
فهمتوا فكرة كيف؟ يعني الشخص بيخالف روتينه اليوم، يعني شيء مختلف. You get the idea? Let's write it here. I usually drink coffee, but today I'm drinking. Let's write it here. I'm drinking tea. Okay, I have a question. Which one is routine and which one is different here in this example?
I usually drink
Number one, routine.
routine.
Correct. The first one is routine. I usually drink coffee. This is everyday routine. But the different part is today I'm drinking tea. أن الشخص هذا خالف روحه واليوم بيغير. You get the idea? So when the person says today I'm drinking tea, هذا مش معناها يوميا يصير. يعني استثناء. Just today. You get the idea? فهذه أحدى الاستعمالات حتى هي لما مرات مع بعض نستعمل فيها. present simple, present continuous. لما أنت بتدعو على روتين وبتدعو على حاجة أنت مكسر بها الروتين أو مغير بها الروتين اليوم كexception كاستثناء، في الحالة هذه حتستعمل present continuous. Or for example, I usually, or you can talk about movies. You can say, let's talk about Michael. You can say Michael loves action movies or action films. But you can say, but today he's watching a romantic movie. Right? You get the idea?
Yes.
Yeah. So today is different. He doesn't usually watch romantic movies, right? He usually watches action movies, but today he's changing. There's a change. فحتى هذه أحد استعمالات present continuous to talk about something that is different today from usual. Okay, now let's go. I'm going to give you some time. Take some time. خذوا بعض الوقت. Maybe 5 minutes or something. Okay. Read all of it. So we have two stories. We have the story of Ella, and we have the story of Rose. Okay. So take some time. Try to answer it. Use the verb in the brackets. Of course, if it's present simple. بنحطوا الفعل زي ما هو, right? No change. But if it's present continuous, of course, you have to make a change, right? You have to put اللي هي is
ing
are ولا am بعدين ال ing. But you have to also use verb to be. Am, is, and are. You have to use them. Okay? لكن أعتقد القصة كلها على I. ما فيهاش إلا I. خلينا نتأكد بس لا مش كلها I. في بعض منها we وحاجات ثانية. Okay. So take your time خذوا وقت and then we'll check together. Okay? Excuse me.
Finish.
Okay, good. Let's wait for the others. Who else finished?
not yet.
Okay, Rashid, good.
Finish.
Okay, good. So let's check together. Okay, let's divide this. So number 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see who's there. Aisha, معنا تسمعي في الصوت. Can you see the book, Aisha? Hello, hello, hello. Okay, she has very bad connection. Okay, Hannah, you can start. You can do number 1, 2, and wait, yeah, 1, 2, and 3, please. One job in. But
Okay.
start from the beginning.
Okay. Number 1.
Start from the beginning of the story. I'm a
journalist, and
journalist.
I write for a nationality newspaper. I usually work in the city, but today working at home because of the strike.
Okay.
Strike.
Yes, Hannah. Number 3.
Yes.
Number 3. I think you forgot something.
Sitting.
Okay, خلينا في number 3.
I working.
Okay. أول حاجة لازم تقرري هل تبي ال ing ولا من غير ing أول حاجة.
بال ing.
أوكي تمام. لو بنديروا ال ing في حاجة مهمة جدا 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 لازم تندار معاها. من غيرها مش هتكون صح. عشان هي. مع ال I شو بتقولي؟
I am.
بالضبط. ال present continuous من غير الverb to be غير سليم غير صحيح.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm working.
Excellent. تمام. I'm working. Okay. All right. Selma, would you like to complete from number 4 at the moment? Selma, are you there?
Okay.
Start from at the moment.
Okay. At the moment, I sitting in the garden and writing an article on my laptop.
Okay, let's go back to number 4. At the moment. Do you want to use continuous or do you want to use Or do you want to use the past simple? Selma, which one do you want to use? Continuous or simple? When we say at the moment حنتكلموا معناها على حاجة صايرة توا صح؟ Salma? At the moment, it means now, right?
I'm here.
Okay, okay. At the moment قلنا يا سلمى معناها على حاجة happening now, right?
Yeah.
And if something is happening now, do we use continuous or do we use simple?
Continuous. I'm
صح؟
sitting.
اوكي انك نسيتي حاجه مهمه جدا 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 زي هنا نفس القصه.
I am sitting.
Yes, very good, very important. Correct. كويس.
In the garden and writing an article on my laptop. I don't work at home every often, but it's much.
Okay.
But it's much
nicer
than the office.
Okay, very nice. Okay, now let's go to Rose. Okay, Rashid, you can start. You can do number 6, 7, and 8.
On Thursday, we usually drive into town.
Okay,
and
so continue.
And visit some friends. But we are staying at home today because because there are too many cars on the roads.
Okay, very nice, very good. Okay, Abdurrahman, you can continue.
At the moment, my husband Albert is answering his email, and I am watching tennis on TV. Normally, I don't watch TV in the day, but I enjoy this match very much.
Okay, let's write your answers. I don't watch TV, but I
enjoy.
Can you say it again? Abdurrahman, I am.
أنا مش بحث في الجملة تمام. But I normally I don't watch TV in the day, but I usually but I'm enjoying this match very much.
Okay. Okay. I think there's listening, so we can check our answers. Let me check if there is listening. Good. So I know listening. Great. Okay, so let's do the listening and let's check these answers. After that, we can practice them. So let's listen.
Recording 9.10.
Think of the strike. What do you think of the strike? And it's taking a very long time. Someone on a bike. Here's someone on a bike. I'm in the center of the city. The traffic isn't moving at all.
Okay, هذا اللي فات لي هو موضوع linking. Okay, now we're going to check the answer.
The traffic isn't moving at all.
Recording 9.11. Ella.
I'm a journalist and I write for a national newspaper. I usually work in the city, but today I'm working at home because of the strike. At the moment, I'm sitting in the garden and writing an article on my laptop. I don't work at home very often, but it's much nicer than the office.
Rose.
On Thursdays, we usually drive into town and visit some friends. But we're staying at home today because there are too many cars on the roads. At the moment, my husband, Albert, is answering his emails, and I'm watching tennis on TV. Normally, I don't watch TV in the day, but I'm enjoying this match very much.
Okay, so all of the answers are correct, which is very good. Very nice. Okay, now, Samiha, would you like to read the first one about Ella? Can you read her conversation, please? Samiha, are you there? Okay, Samiha's not there. Aisha, can you hear me? Are you there, Aisha?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, can you please read the first conversation about Ella? Can you read it, please? Can you see the book?
لا للأسف فاتني هلبة مش عارف ما فهمتش التدريب.
لكن طالع عندك الكتاب؟ طالع عندك أو مش طالع؟ كتاب.
Now, yes.
Okay, but can you read it, please? The one about Ella?
ايه لا حاليا طالع، من قبل شوية كان ما فيش.
Okay.
يعني كل اللي في المربع all the
Yes, please, if you can. Okay. No problem. Okay, Hannah, you can read the first conversation, please. Okay, can you read it?
Ella, I am a journalist, and I write for a nationality newspaper.
National.
I usually work national. I usually work in the city, but today I am working at home because of the strike. At the moment, I am staying sitting in the ground and writing an article on the laptop. I don't work at home very often. but it's much nice than the office.
Okay. I'm sitting in double T. Okay. Where's Selma? Can you read the next one, please? The one about Rose.
Okay. Rose, on Thursdays we usually drive into town and visit some friends, but we are staying at home today because there are too many cars on the roads. At the moment, my husband Albert is answering his emails, and I am watching tennis on TV. Normally, I don't watch TV in the day, but I am enjoying this match very much.
Okay, very nice. Okay, so that's correct. Yes, this is how we talk about things which happen usually, or how we talk about our routine or our habit, and how we talk about something different. So here for Ella, because she's a journalist, she usually works in the city. Today is different. Today she's working at home. Why? Because of the strike. Do you get the idea? So today is a different day. Normally she doesn't work at home. Normally she works in the office. Do you get the idea? And the same.
Yes.
Hannah? Yes?
Because of the strike. What's the mini strike?
Strike اللي هو الإضراب أو الاعتصام.
Okay.
Yes, because حصة اليوم كلها مبنية على قصة إن في اعتصام لخبط المواصلات كلها. So no trains, no buses, no tube, right? And of course this will change people's plans. It means they can't go to work by bus, they can't go to work by tube or by train. They have to drive. And because everybody is driving, there's so much traffic on the road. You get the idea?
Yes.
So some people, they have to stay at home. Like Ella, she's at home. She's stuck at home because there's too much traffic. She can't go out. And the same thing with Rose and her husband, Albert. They're also stuck at home because of the traffic. Do you get the idea?
Yes.
Because normally, what did Rose say? She said usually on Thursdays, she usually goes to town, right? And she visits her friends. This is her routine on Thursdays. But today she's staying at home because of the strike, because there are too many cars on the streets. Okay. All right, so this is number 7. Now let's go to number 8. Let's check number 8. Okay, very nice. So it says here, make questions about people. Okay, so here we want to make some questions. Of course, here you have to mix. Some of the questions are present simple and some of them are present continuous. Okay, so you have to think which one you want to use. Do you want to use the present simple? Do you want to use the present continuous? All right, so let's think of this. Continue us. All right, now number 2, Rashid, you can start with number 2. Read number 1 first and then do number 2, Rashid.
What does Ella do?
Okay.
What she does she works in the office today?
Okay. First of all, before you answer, Rashid, you have to decide. Are you going to use present simple or are you going to use present continuous? You have to decide first. أول حاجة نقرر أنا واحدة اللي بنستعملها. And we want to check some of the words. إن هم اللي بيعطونا دليل شنو نستعمل. Okay, you get the idea?
Yes.
Okay, so So what do we want to use in number 2? Do we want to use present simple, or do we want to use present continuous? Why do you want to use present continuous?
Because today.
Very good. Okay. So this means present continuous. صح. Can you make it into present continuous? It's a yes/no question, by the way, Rashid.
Yes, she is.
Okay, the answer is yes, she is. صح، أنت جاوبت الأنسر، لكن يدير لنا السؤال ترى. الجزء السهل درت الكتاب. يعني
Does she working in the office today?
Okay, الجزء الثاني صح، working صح، لكن الأول مش صح.
Is she working?
Excellent. That's correct. Yes. لأن اتفقنا أن الauxiliary اللي يمشي مع ال present continuous هو ال is وال am وال are، صح ولا؟ ال do وال does ما تمشيش مع ال continuous. Do وال does إلا مع ال simple. Very good, Rashid. Is she working in the office today? And what's the answer, Rashid?
Yes, she is.
Yes, she is. Correct. Okay, number 3. Where's Abdurrahman? Number 3.
What's she doing at the moment?
Good. Right. Present continuous. What is she doing at the moment? Why did you use present continuous, Abdurrahman?
Because at the moment.
Correct. And what's the answer? What is she doing at the moment?
Doing what's she doing? I'm doing nothing.
Not you, her.
I'm playing football.
Not you.
Or
what
I'm
is not you,
I'm
not
studying.
you.
No.
Kilani, we're talking about Ella. What is Ella doing?
She's studying now.
Is she studying?
Or she's playing.
Ella, here, this is Ella. What is she
yes,
doing?
she's writing or sitting in the garden.
Correct.
And writing an article.
Correct. She's sitting in the garden. She's sitting in the garden. That's the right answer. Correct. Very nice. Very good. Very good. Okay, Senma, what about number 4?
Does she work at home every often?
Okay. Why did you use present simple? It's correct, but why did you use it?
Because we have often.
Correct. Do we say does she works or does she work? With S or without S?
With S.
Why? Why did you use S here?
No, without S.
Why? Why without S?
Because we have those.
Because?
We have those.
Yes, correct. Because it's a question, huh?
Yeah.
And we don't use S in question, right?
Yeah.
Okay, can you repeat it again, please?
Does she work at home very often?
Correct. That's it. Does she work at home very often? So this is present simple. Very nice. Okay, Hannah, can you do number 5?
What do Albert and Ruth usually do on Tuesday?
Okay, correct. Why did you use present simple here, Hannah?
Usually.
Very good. So, that's correct. Okay, Rashid, next one, number 6.
What Ella
اوكي خلاص مش حنتكلموا على آلة تو، غيرنا على ألبرت وروز تو. مقسماتهم. عرفت يا راشد؟
ايه
أول حاجة you have to decide is it present simple or is it continuous. هذه النقطة الأولى.
continuous.
صح. هي هذه أهم نقطة. إذا ما عرفنا شو نستعمل الباقي تبدأ مجرد تطبق القاعدة بس. Okay, correct. We want the continuous.
What are they
صح. Correct.
doing today?
That's correct. Excellent. What are they doing today? Okay, احنا ما جاوبناش. Who did number مين اللي دار number 3 لا دارها كده number 3 number 4 I think سلمى can you tell me ما جاوبناش احنا سؤال رقم 4 does she work at home very often? What's the right answer, Selma? Does she work at home very often? Ella? Does Ella work at home very often?
No, she doesn't.
Excellent. No, she doesn't. Good. And number 5 هنا ما جاوبناش السؤال. What do Albert and Rose usually do on Thursdays? What do they usually do?
I don't remember.
Okay, let's go back.
They are going to some friend, visit some friend.
Yeah, but you have to say it in the
Visit
simple.
some friend.
Correct.
Visiting some friend.
And
stay in home.
No, sorry, not stay. اللي قبلها. Stay.
Visit.
Two things.
Visiting some friend.
Okay, but احنا ما نبوش لازم تقولها بالpresent simple, right? You have to use the present simple here.
Usually drive.
Okay, let's go back to the question, Narjo.
Usually.
Number 5. What do Albert and Rose usually do on Thursdays? They usually
visit.
Correct. They usually drive and visit their friends. Okay, I'm going to ask the question again and you answer me, okay, Hannah? What do they usually do on Thursdays?
They visit and drive friends.
أما هي الأولى drive قبل visit أو visit قبل drive؟
visit and drive.
هو أنت بتزوري وبعدين تسوقي ولا بتسوقي باش تزوري؟
Driver and visit
correct,
friends.
Correct. Drive and visit friends. Very good, very good. Number 6, Rashid. What are they doing today? What are they doing today?
They staying in the home.
Okay, you forgot something.
They are staying in the home.
Very good. They are staying at home. They're staying at home. Very good. Okay. Now, Kirani, number 7.
Does what Rose normally watches TV in the room?
But you have
Does Rose normally watch TV in the day?
Good. Does Rose normally? Correct, correct. And what's the answer?
No.
No?
She doesn't.
No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. Very good, very good. Okay, number 8, Salma.
Is she enjoying the tennis match?
Very good. Is she enjoying the tennis match? Is she enjoying? Yes. And what's the answer, Salma?
Yes, she is.
That's correct. Yes, she is. Okay. So so this is an example. This is all for today. يعني من الحصة اللي فاتت we talked about, that was the first time we talked about present continuous. لكن اليوم زي ما تقولوا ربطوا لكم إلى حد ما مع شنو علاقته the relationship between the present continuous and the present simple and how to use them together. So sometimes we use them together. عادة if you want to talk about things which are routine or things that we always do, we often do, present simple. If you want to talk about something different, something happening only today, something happening right now, something happening at the moment, we use present continuous. Okay, this is the general idea of present continuous and present simple. Okay, so we're finished today. Let me check what we have in our next lesson. Okay, so in our next lesson, we will talk a little bit about phone messages and how to talk on the phone. The kind of language people use on the phone. We will talk about that. We will also talk about can for requests and possibility. That's نوع من revision. So we'll do this in our next lesson, okay? So that's all for today, and I'll see you next time, okay?
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay.
Thank you for all.
مع السلامة.
You're welcome. Bye. Bye bye.
Bye.
See you.
Okay, see you next time.